Just going to show you a few basic holds. My favorite ones are always sitting down or lying down. So um, one of the ones I want to show you is the laid back hold. There are a lot of really great IBCLC videos out there for holds that allow baby to latch in a more comfortable position. But I just want to show you, I just have a doll hair today. So one of these is the cradle hold, right? So with the cradle hold, you want to make sure that your arm's not up. We said before, like your elbow should be down, forearm more rolled in. As you can see, if I lift my elbow up, my arm up, this is what's going to happen. And we all kind of tend to do this because we're worried we want to be able to see our baby, but trust your baby to know what they're doing and to allow your body to relax a little bit. When you think about it, think about, are my shoulders down and not scrunched up like this? So, actively thinking about relaxing those shoulders, maybe do some yoga before you breastfeed. It always helps. Can also help with your letdowns and for you to feel more comfortable as well. So let's just say we're going to cradle hold. I'm nice and cozy here with my baby. Now, I'm kind of a type A person, so I probably would start off like this. However, you can start off however you're comfortable. And honestly, the more laid back you are, the better it's going to be when you latch. So I'm nice and cozy here. Okay. So what I'm looking for is when I'm holding my baby, is my baby like flying off of me? Or, is the baby going to be comfortable? So the one thing we look for is that those knees are on you, the belly is on you as well. And then, so if you think about it, if I have my baby up here, she's only going to go one, or them is only going to go one way to latch, right? They're going to go this way. Okay. So what I want to do is, rather than bring them really super high, I want them low, because babies love to crawl, especially in the beginning when they have those reflexes where they try to crawl up the breast. You'll notice them kicking their feet. You'll notice their hands going like this. That's all part of their reflexes and how they're supposed to be able to find the breast. So especially if you have your top off, or if you can be skin to skin with baby, it's going to help so much more. So I like to get in a comfy position like this, right? And as long as your baby's neck is not really tight, then generally they can bring that head back and latch really well on their own. If you're in a nice, comfortable position like this, what will happen is sometimes if their neck is really tight, they'll be like this. And so you can help them with that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this part of my arm, or whatever part of your arm is supporting the baby here, and I'm going to roll it down and in towards me. And that's going to allow the baby from going like this to here. Okay. Another little trick you can do is you can go not in between the shoulder blades, but on either side. I'm just going to tickle my fingers down from the shoulders down. And that's just something that I learned in the class where they had taught us how to, bring the baby's chin up and to relax those neck muscles whenever they go to feed. But I like to do it while they're on the breast too, because it just allows for such a deeper latch. And honestly, when I worked in the hospital, a lot of the babies that had that were born via C-section, I would do this exercise and show these moms this little caterpillar exercise that I had learned in the class because it really helped so many babies feed better. So what we're going to do is we're just going to come in here, and your baby's going to be going like this, right? They're going to be bouncing all around. So if you notice that your baby is going up, just do a little slouch down. Let them dig their chin into your base of your areola. And that's going to allow them, they're going to open their mouth and come back on again. So just like before, I'm just going to show you what would happen in that scenario. So we're here, and this is my baby. And, baby's going like this because they're wiggly. They're like, oh, I'm trying to find the breast. I'm almost there. So you can hand express a little milk very gently. Get that milk flowing. And they can smell that. They can smell you whether you hand express or not, but it will help. And as they're going, you'll notice that little chin bouncing around. And you just keep in your spot here. Kind of move your shoulders around, dig down and into the couch, and you'll notice that their chin's going to come in and they're going to come up and on a lot better that way. So, you're here and your baby's chin's in, and I'm just going to roll in again, and it's going to allow them to come deep and on. One thing that you can do, like if you notice that your baby is always right here, you can help them out too. You can take what I like to do is instead of having my finger up here, this is what I see a lot of people do, and they point their nipple downward. What you want is the opposite. So you're going to point, always think up, right? Your baby's going to go up, right? We want the nipple to touch the palate. So those are the kinds of things that we're looking for. So I'm going to take my thumb, and I love doing this trick, right above the nipple, okay? And this is the flipple. You can find it other places as well. The first one to do this one. And these fingers, we don't want them right here. We want them down low because your baby, you don't want any pressure into that breast there. Your baby's meant to feel that underside of your breast when they're bouncing around. And as they do that, what I like to do is they flip. It's called, right, the flipple. I'm not the one to coin that phrase. The flipple, they're going to flip that nipple. You can see it go right up to the palate as it comes on. And then I actually take my thumb as I'm coming off and I flip the lip and come off. Now, if your baby has upper lip tension, that's going to help them latch deeper. If they don't have upper lip tension, you don't need to do that. And honestly, after they have had a release or they've had craniosacral therapy, you don't necessarily need to do that because they should be flipping that lip anyways. But if you do need to help them, you can do that flip. And I can tell you as a mom who had a kid with an upper lip tie, it does sting when the upper lip is not flipped. I've heard both sides of the story for that, but as a mom who's been through it, I am definitely on the side of making sure that lip is flipped. The big thing is, though, we know that their suck motion is very important, that this jaw is not up like this. We want a nice wide jaw. So when you're latching, it's more important that you're getting as much areola on the underside, and then on the top side, may not as necessarily be all of it, but as much as you can get, okay? But it's really that bottom. We talk about the chin so much because it's so important because that's how babies find us, right? Their chin's bouncing around, they're looking for us. And as they do it, their chin comes up and on, and they go in for a deep latch. And then you'll start to feel that wave motion of that tongue cupping, okay, and lifting. So, you can do the exercises that your lactation consultant teaches you before you latch, and that might help. A lot of the time, it actually does. But the big thing is making sure that when you're latching, if they're having a hard time, especially if they're bouncing around side to side, which we see, right? Babies bouncing and they're looking for the nipple to touch the roof of their mouth, okay? So we can help them. So as you can see, I'm pointing the nipple this way, not towards the baby, away from the baby, so that when the baby comes on, that nipple is touching the roof of the mouth. And you can feel yours if you roll your tongue up. You feel it go from hard to soft. It's the very edge of that hard palate where the soft palate meets the hard palate. That's where we're looking for. Okay, and if when your nipple's pointing up like this, your baby's coming on, like that's going to help them do that. Do we necessarily have to do that every time? No. But sometimes babies need a little bit of help, and we can help them by doing that. Okay, I hope this helps. One other thing I want to show you is the koala hold, and that'll be in another video. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe.